morning, boys and girls. Thank you for coming back to watch another video of mine. If y'all are new here, my name's Anna. It's lovely to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. The reason I say good morning is because it is 7 a.m. an October day in 2018. I cannot believe we even made it here. I wanted to do this very classic warm fall eye. As soon as I saw pumpkin spice latte displayed all over the Starbucks menu, I was like, all right guys, this is what we're doing. I love this look. I think it's so perfect for fall. I got up a little bit earlier today, so I thought I'd sit down and film a video with you guys. This is the Huda palette that I'm going to be going in with today. This is the Huda Rose Gold Remastered palette. It's such pretty packaging. We open it up and it's like the perfect shades here. It just screams fall to me. I've actually owned this palette for a couple months now, but I wanted to save it for a video. I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this baby today because October has hit and it is officially fall. And I was actually really curious on how all the pigments worked in this palette, so I thought, hey, why not? The other product we kind of feature in this video is going to be the Huda Beauty baking powder. This is the color Pound Cake I use. This powder has so much controversy out there just because it's claimed that Huda copied the Beauty Bakery's campaign and kind of idea for this powder, which we don't support on this channel. We do like originality, but we wanted to try out and see how I liked this powder just because I did own it. As far as quality and performance for these two products, you're gonna have to stick around to see how I like them. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling your ears off and let's go ahead and jump into this video. Right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the products that I've already used on my face today. So the primer I went in today was the Smashbox Primerizer. If you guys have been with me for a minute, you know that I love this. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which a girl needs because getting into fall now, I can already notice some of my skin getting kind of patchy because I am really dry in the winter. Then I went in with my all-time favorite foundation. It's the Fenty Pro Filter foundation. You guys know I stress how much I love this and I literally wear it every day. If I'm wearing makeup, I will pick this guy up and it's just like trusty. It gives you that nice soft matte finish. And I absolutely love it. Now for concealer, I went in with something that I don't normally go in with. I literally just ran out of my color in Tarte Shape Tape. So I went in with the ColourPop No Filter concealers here. I used two different ones. I used Fair 5 and then Light 20 to mix to get kind of like an in-between shade. Just to set down my base, I used the Huda Beauty baking powder today. I went in with the color Pound Cake. This isn't the lightest color. I believe Sugar Cookie is the lightest color. This kind of has that yellowish tint to it, just kind of help brighten under the eyes. So far it feels nice. It blurred it out pretty good too. I mean, I'm not hating on it. Before we finish off our base, I'm going to go ahead and actually go in with my eyes today. That's why I have you guys pulled in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to be using the Huda Rose Gold Remastered palette here. I love this packaging. It's super, super pretty. The colors are also really pretty here. I've dipped in a few different kinds in a few of these shadows. They swatch really well, but I want to use them on the eyes today. Quickly before we jump in, I'm going to go ahead and take the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. I'm just going to go in with this kind of like a tapered beauty sponge. This is the one by Morphe. And I'm just picking this up like so. And we are just going to stamp this right out on the eye here, dragging it out. And this is just going to help form our eyeshadow and kind of catch fallout. We see Jaclyn Hill do this in a lot of her videos. And I've been doing it recently and I actually love the technique. I know you guys like when I show you the shades when I'm working with shadows, so I'm going to try to do that for you today. I'm going to go in with this color right up here. This is the color Sandalwood. This is just like a really pretty transition shade, just a light kind of brown, more brown shade. And we're just going to be taking this into our crease. We want to keep this low although because we don't want to kind of erase our brow bone, so just working this into the crease like this. This is something you don't really have to be too precise with, but I'm just going to tip my head back so I can see where I'm placing this. And we're going to kind of drag it out as well. We really want to focus on blending today. Blending is a really important part of eyeshadow. If you guys don't already know that, you do now. We really are just going to keep blending and blending and blending. So you can see that just cuts it really pretty there. Next shade we're jumping in with is this color Henna right here. So it's just like a warm, almost like a pumpkin shade. I think it's really pretty. So we're just going to pick that up on a more condensed brush more so. I'm going to be taking the Morphe Y18, so it's just like a little condensed fluffy brush here. So picking the product up, tapping it off, and then I also tap the brushes like this. It's kind of weird, but the product falls down into the bristle, so then it prevents fallout. And right here, we're just going to be stamping this necessarily on our outer third. So then here's your outer third, your middle, and then your inner third of your eye. So we really just want to keep this on the outer third of our lid. So that means we're not going to be taking it too far up into our crease, and we're definitely not going to be taking it higher. An easy way to do this is to tilt your head back because then you kind of see where your lid starts and ends and you don't get like that middle or overlapping. So really just kind of forming this on the outer third of our lid. Stamping for now. We will go back in and blend it later, but I just want to get the product down. Nothing special, it's just like a little blending brush. We're just going to be kind of buffing this out. keeping it more like the directional blending. And then little circle motions, and then we're also just going to kind of drag that out. And that's going to follow that natural shadow of the first shadow we did. I honestly cannot believe that we are already in fall, you guys. I have wanted fall for like the last 2 months already. So now that like we're already to October, it's just crazy that we actually got here. Okay, so I just dusted away that Dark Blend powder we had there. I'm just gonna go ahead and repress it once because we are gonna go in with one more deep shade right in the outer corner there. You can see how pretty that line is though, and it's not too harsh, which I love. And that's what the powder does, it just kind of helps shape. It doesn't like a completely cut it out like tape would. Next color we're going to go in with is this cocoa shade right here. This is just like a warm chocolatey brown kind of shade. Taking it still on the Y18, the same kind of blending brush that we used for henna. Taking that and we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to do this more so as a kind of like a dot in the inner corner. We're not going to pack it on our whole outer third. It's just going to be kind of on this outer corner here, but I just want it to be more of like one dot. We're starting to build up that depth in the eye, which is really important to have an eye look really gradient and pretty. It's just building shadows, so the more shadows you have, the prettier your eye is going to look. And then we also are going to take that blending brush, and now instead of really dragging it out, at this time we kind of just want to blend it into the corner here. And then lightly drag out. Just really blending into this corner here. You can see what that does, and then I tilt my head back and then lightly blend up into the crease just so there's no harsh lines. The last thing working with our mats is going to be taking henna one more time on a fluffier brush here. This is the Y16 by Morphe. Picking that up, tapping and tapping. I'm just going to take this, and this I picked up just a pinch of it, and I'm just going to go over this whole outer corner here, just blending more pigment on there so it pops a little bit better and also blends the shades a little bit more gradiently. We're just kind of refreshing that warm pumpkin shade. Boom. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, we're gonna dust this away so we get our pretty line. As for the mattes, you guys, I'm like living for them, so I do like this palette so far. Working on the eyes, I think it looks really pretty. Do you not? Let me know. Sometimes when I do mattes, I'm like, I just want to stick with the all matte look like this. But I do want to test out the shimmers, but it's like, oh, I just want it to be all matte like this, pop on some lashes. I love an all matte eye. Quickly, before I go in with shimmers on the lid, I'm going to go ahead and actually blend some colors in the lower lash line. Taking Sandalwood, the original shade we went in with, on, this is one of the Tarte limited edition mermaid brushes. I don't know, it's just like a flat, fluffier brush, but it's pretty flat. Taking this right on the tip of that, and we're just going to kind of connect that outer wing that we created to the lower lash line ever so slightly. Just really lightly on under the eye there. You can see it just kind of connects that spot right there. We're going to take henna as well, do the same thing on the same brush, but you really want to go in with less product. I always say less is more. Be precise with this, otherwise you can really ruin the look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be taking the ColourPop concealer in Fair, popping a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to cut my crease out quick. I'm going to pick up this Moon Dust shade right here in the palette. It's kind of like a champagne shade, and we're going to pack that all over the inner third of that cut crease. And then right where we left a little space here, we're going to take this Trust Fund color right up here on the same brush. I'm going to pack that right in the center here, connecting kind of the mattes and that shimmer shade. Sometimes with Huda's palettes you have to use your finger, like I've noticed that. Now we just need to blend the shades together by doing some light buffing together. And the last step we're going to do, and this really makes a difference, is we're going to take a really small pencil brush. Now this is the Y22 by Morphe, just a really tiny blending brush. Picking up Cocoa, that really deep chocolatey brown, and we're going to take this and we're going to lightly graze right next to that cut crease. And what this is going to do is a contrast between the deepness of the cocoa shade and that light moon dust shade. It's going to really pop out our cut crease. Now quickly, just to melt everything in, kind of the eyes and the face, all the powder that we used, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This guy is amazing. If you guys do not own this, go pick it up. It's $15 at like your local Ulta. And I'm going to douse my skin in this. Because you really want all those powders that we use under the eyes to soak in and not get that like cakey powderness under the eyes. I'll take a beauty sponge and kind of go in and just press everything in. You can see it all melting in. And this actually kind of helps with those foil shades on your eyes to kind of pop a bit more and soak in too. So really patting this in just lightly over the skin. This is like a go-to step in my makeup routine for me. So okay, so we jumped a little farther out. We are just gonna finish off the rest of our face. Jumping in with our Studio Fix powder by MAC. I'm pretty sure I did this in my last video, but I'm gonna be using the color MW40. Yep, MW40. We're gonna be taking this guy as our bronzer today. Now we want to be kind of a directional with this, so we want to use a smaller brush just because I want it to stick in one spot and I don't want to be really messy with it. Well, I'm not going to go with anything too small, but just more tapered. So just like this guy right here, this is almost like a blush brush. This is the Y4 by Morphe. Picking this up just like so, always tapping off your excess. I'm just going to lightly start blending this into the skin here. I like to keep the pointed side up, because we want more of our product up here. We want to keep this nice and clean. If you don't do that, it's actually to make it look like your foundation doesn't match your neck, which is not a cute look, everybody, so let's not do that. But we just want to really keep this nice and tight up into our cheekbone. We want to focus on keeping our bronzer pretty far back because we want to keep the middle of our face really bright. We're going to go up onto our forehead here, just moving my hair out of the way. And we're really just going to kind of buff this in. Come and rub our forehead just to warm up there too. Then whatever's left of my brush, I'm just going to take down on my chin a little bit. This just helps make everything even out, but I didn't go in with excess product really. Now for our nose, we're going to do a little bit of nose contouring. If I can find my brush. I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm going to be using a brush that's no longer available anymore. This is a Sephora brush. This came in like one of their holiday sets last year, just like the double-ended holiday set. But I don't know why, I just like this brush. It's almost just like a little flat, kind of fluffy brush, but it works perfect for like contouring your nose. So what I'm going to do is taking the same powder, picking that up on here, and nose contouring is just kind of what works for you. I'm just going to lightly run through this. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty. Taking our Derma Blend powder, same Morphe sponge. I'm just going to slightly cut out my cheekbones here. Okay, so back, pop mascara on. I'm not gonna do lashes today. Everything always looks better with lashes, but I'm just gonna give my lash line a break because it's been kind of irritated, to be completely honest. So just dusting away that little baking moment we left. Going in with our Morphe spray. Again, just setting everything down. Kind of helps with that baking too. So after we had sprayed our face and just kind of tapped everything in, I'm going to go ahead and pop a little blush on. We're going to be taking it back a moment and we're going to go in with the original Jaclyn Hill and Becca palette. This girl has been beaten to death. Look how far I went down in that shade. Champagne Pop used to be like my favorite highlight. The blush that we're going to be going in with is right here. This is the Amaretto shade in the palette. Picking that up on the Morphe Y11 brush, just like a little tapered brush. I actually like using little ones like this because you get more onto like the apples of your cheeks and more directed. I'm just going to use little swirling motions here. Lastly, for the face, we're going to go ahead and apply highlight because you know we can't go a day without it. Already know I'm going to be going in with the Amrezy highlight by Anastasia. Taking this on my favorite highlighting brush. This is the Y14 by Morphe. If you guys do not own a brush by Morphe, this is the brush to get. But I'm just going to be popping this onto our cheeks like that. Ooh. Always when I'm filming, I forget how pretty this highlight looks on camera. Literally is like deceased. This is so pretty. I'm going to be using the Morphe Y20 and this is like my favorite nose highlighting brush. I know we're like high maintenance on this channel. but I'm going to be popping this right on the tip of the nose, on the tip of the bridge of the nose up here, because that's where my nose kind of sinks in there, and that's where I want to bring it out, so we want to highlight that. I'm also going to be using this shade, same brush, to highlight our inner corner of our eye and our brow bone. Now this is like the hardest part, is picking our lip, so I don't know what I want to do. Let's look in our drawer here. I'm going to go in with the Kylie lip pencil right here. This is the one in caramel. I'm just going to line my lips with this, and then I think I might go in with Gotta Light by Smashbox. It's a liquid lip. I love this shade. I think I'm just going to actually pop this lip liner all over, because this is adorable. This is like pumpkin on your lips. So pretty, like a pumpkin spice latte. Literally, this is what this color screams to me. Love that. Sorry, Smashbox. This is the finished look, you guys. How do y'all like it? Everybody knows that we love a warm eye on this channel, so can't really go wrong with this look. I'm like in love with this lip though. I'm gonna be wearing it so much this fall. It's just like the perfect warm nude. And concluding on these two products, I love this palette. So I love the mattes. They're so pretty. And then the shimmers were a little bit difficult to work with, but you just have to use your finger when packing it on. And for the powder, I actually liked this too. I know I kind of didn't want to like it just because of the controversy on it, but I do like it. It really like smoothed out my skin and set it really nicely, so I actually will be using both these in the future again. If you guys enjoyed watching this look, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel right down below. That officially concludes this video, you guys. Fall is officially here, so go and get yourself a candle, go and get a pumpkin spice latte, and I will see you all in my next video.